this video, I'm going to show you how to make this. Oh my God. Oh.
Sorry about that.
Sorry. I'm gonna show you how to make this luxury type style t-shirt design. I've already made 6 of these videos. They all get great views, so I keep having to make them. But we're gonna do this again and with a actual physical shirt this time. I ordered this from Printful to test out the Cotton Heritage heavyweight t-shirt, and immediately this thing is like squandering. Like it is so freaking large. It's like a mast. I could put this on a ship and sail across the ocean. I don't even need a blanket when I go to sleep.
That's a big shirt, bro.
I mean, I could just...
Like, your legs almost disappeared. It's so big.
In my opinion, the print quality, though, is nice. This is just... I have nothing against DTG at all. As long as, this is a tip, you're going to do a dark print on a light colored shirt. That way, the ink is actually going to soak into the fibers of the shirt versus if you're doing a white print on a black shirt, literally that ink is just not gonna soak into black fibers. That's not gonna happen. It's gonna sit right on top of the shirt. You're gonna wash it 12 times and half of it's gonna be gone. But this is phenomenal. I mean, I'm considering ordering a couple shirts, maybe not this specific model of shirt, but I'm considering ordering a couple shirts DTG for my own brand just to see if they sell. We can test them. The feel of it is nice. It has a nice thick collar like this shirt does, but the size is just like off. I'm sorry, Cotton Heritage, but this was a hot miss. So we're going to jump into the editor and go through this design, how I made it, and how I locked this up. Over in the editor, I've just got blank project. We're gonna hit T to add some text. If I remember correctly, I did use Epilogue for this font, and I just upped the font weight a bit, probably something like bold or semi-bold looks correct. And it was all caps, graphic design. And I remember the reason that I used this font was because I liked the R. Like I liked that R was a little bit closer to a Helvetica look where it kind of curves down versus straight. The R for me is a dead giveaway on fonts. So we're gonna close this spacing together, both the line spacing and the text spacing. Get that text box nice and tidy and size that up. If you've seen any of my other type videos, this one's gonna come as no surprise. I'm gonna go to the text shading effect, click on the third one here, make sure that my color matches the same color as my text. We're gonna turn this offset effect all the way off, like this. You could do some nice cool shading effects like shadow stuff, but we're not gonna do that today. I'm gonna turn both of those off and then just turn up the outline width. I might actually space my text back out a little bit so I can get more of that ink bleed effect, but not have the letters touch each other as much. So something like that is looking really nice. And this is just good. Like it looks printed, it looks a little bit more streetwear-ish. It has that ink bled effect. And I just like it a lot more than just this flat text. This is great for other styles, but for what we're going for, I love this ink bled effect. So the second line of text, we're gonna just since we've already added our effect to this, we're not gonna hit T to add another text box because then we'd have to match the effect to that one as well. We're just gonna hit Option, click and drag this down. You can also hold Shift to make sure that it doesn't go out of alignment. And I'm gonna click into this text box right here and then put our second line of text. And the only thing that I did with this was size it down. And it's gonna keep that same thickness of the text as well, which is really nice. And we're just gonna position this somewhere. It might need to be closer or further away, but that's gonna be more dependent upon the next lines of text because we need everything in context together. So I'm gonna go up here, Option, Shift again, and get my text. I need to really stop adding new text boxes. And then we're gonna turn our caps locks off and then new. This is actually really nice. I've not used this font title case or lowercase. It's very, very nice. And then we're gonna get the classic Pinion script. This is my brand font. Love Pinion script. It's just great. And the weight on this might be a tad much, so we're just gonna back that off a little bit. Size this guy up. And I'm looking for it to be just slightly larger than title text because I want it to stand out. And so we've got some nice space for between this and this text box and then this and our script. Then again, so we don't add too many different font sizes, we're gonna just copy this. And the way that this just worked out was nice. The placement of this to where it could fit like that. I mean, it's hard to achieve with certain text. So if you can word something different, like if I just wanted this to say Raleigh NC, then I'd have to place it here, which leaves this big awkward gap, or I'd put it here and then that doesn't work. So I would play around with the wording of your text boxes and try a couple different things to see what looks the best. Then next, I just copied this down. And I just thought of our two different well, we have more than two different offices, but I thought of Raleigh and Berlin. I think I said and Berlin, which I actually need to get this letter spacing back to 0 on both of these text boxes because the way that the font is made, it's meant to connect together. Cool, that's nice and centered up. Then I'm just going to size this down so I have a little bit more room to play with. Then I'm going to copy and paste this text down here. And I just put in here something random to fill the space. I just put 24/7. Then I'm going to copy this over. And I'm going to go to my glyphs panel and look for the little copyright symbol. Other tip, you can put the copyright symbol on anything. It doesn't mean that it's copywritten, to be fair, but you can put it on anything that you want. What you can't put on anything you want, I think at least it used to be this way, you cannot put the trademark symbol on anything you want, but you can put the copyright symbol on stuff. It is free game. And the weight on this copyright symbol is just a tad much, so we're gonna back that off. Still get that ink bleed effect, but you can see the difference between the C and then the outline of that circle. And lastly, I felt like it just needed something at the very bottom just to plug Kittl a little bit. And so I just put the URL down here. Open that text box. Again, you can click Option, then drag out the sides of your text box to scale it from the center. And I can select all of this, center it up. And since I've already made this design once, I kind of just replicated my spacing here, but take your time on spacing and layout and just look at it again. And if you love it and there's nothing that you would change about it, rock with it. Your gut instinct's probably telling you the right thing, but a lot of the time it will pay off to work on something a little bit longer. And then the front of this shirt, all I did was take these two text boxes and copy and paste it over, and then that was the front of the shirt. Well, there you have it. There's another typography t-shirt tutorial, just going a little bit more in depth on how I laid these fonts out together. Those were Epilogue and Pinion Script. They work great together. Go and try out a couple of different designs for yourself. Cotton Heritage, try it out. If you want your t-shirt to double as a blanket at night, go ahead. Make sure to subscribe to the Kittl YouTube channel so that you don't miss anything like this video, and leave a comment down below if you found this video helpful. Thanks again so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.